We know that in algebra, letters are used as representation for numbers. We have used letters as symbols for unknown quantities. But what when these unknown quantities become known? Given that we now know the values of these quantities, how do we use the expressions which are formed using unknowns? We know that the area of a square is side into side. We have used S as representation for side of a square in order to generalize the area of a square. Now, when we come to know the side of the square, say we come to know that side of a square is 10 units, then how do we find the area of that square? We can simply substitute the value of 10 in place of S in this formula. So instead of S square, we write 10 square and we get the area of the square with side 10 units as 100. Now, if we have to calculate the area of a square with side 50 units, then instead of S, we write 50. So S square becomes 50 square. Area is given by 50 square. So it becomes 2500. And this process is called evaluation. So this method of substituting the known values in place of the unknown variables to find the values of the expression is called evaluation. This method is called evaluation. So let us evaluate some more expressions. We need to evaluate this expression if the value of x is -1. So how do we do it? We simply substitute the value of x, which is -1 here, in place of x. So we have 3. Instead of x to the power 2, we have -1 to the power 2 minus 2 into -1. So in place of x, we write -1 plus 4. And now we simplify it. So 3, -1 square is 1. 3 into 1 gives 3. -2 into -1 gives us plus 2. And we have a plus 4 here. So 3 plus 2 plus 4 gives us 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. So the value of this expression at x is equal to -1 is 9. This is how we evaluate expressions. Now this was an expression containing just one variable x. We can have expressions with more than one variables also. This is an expression containing two variables, a and b. So we need to evaluate it for a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 1/3. So how do we do it? We substitute 2 in place of a and 1/3 in place of b and then calculate it. So we have 2 into, in place of a, we substitute 2 plus 3 into b. So for b, we have 1/3. So we put 1/3 minus 6 into a. Again, a is 2 into b. b is 1/3. So this is what we have. Now let us simplify it. 2 into 2 is 4. 3 into 1/3 is 1. Minus 6 into 2 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So we have minus 4 here. So 4 plus 1 minus 4 gives us 1. So the value of this expression at a equal to 2 and b equal to 1/3 is 1. Now solve this question. Evaluate root over a square plus b square if a is 3 and b is 4. we know that in order to evaluate this expression, we have to substitute the values of a and b into the expression. So let us do that. Root a square is 3 square. B is 4. So b square is 4 square. So we have this is equal to 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16. So this is root over 9 plus 16, 25. What is root over 25? It is 5. So the value of this expression when a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 4 is 5. Now evaluate this expression. When x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. Now there are two ways of evaluating this expression. First is by substituting the values of x and y in the entire expression and then calculating it like we have been doing till now. Second is by simplifying this expression in terms of x and y, and then when we have the simplified form, then we substitute the values of x and y. Let us solve by both the methods and see which one is better. So let us first substitute the values of x and y in this. So what do we get? X square gives us 2 square minus y square is 3 square minus x into y is 2 into 3 minus x square is 2 square minus 2 into y square is 3 square plus x into y is 2 into 3, and then we close all the brackets. Now 2 square is 4 minus 3 square is 9 minus 2 into 3 is 6 minus 2 square is 4 minus 2 into 3 square. So 3 square is 9. 9 into 2 is 18. Plus 2 into 3 is 6. So this is what we have. So we get 4 minus 9 minus 6 minus 4 minus 18 is negative 14. Negative 14 plus 6 is negative 8. So we have a negative 8 here. We have a negative 8 here. Now what do we have? In the next step, we open this bracket. So minus 8. So since we have a minus in front of the bracket, the sign changes. Negative 8 becomes plus 8. So this is what we have. Again, we write down 4 minus 9 minus 6 plus 8 is 14. So we write 14. So we have 4 minus 9 minus 14. Now 9 minus 14 is negative 5. So we have 4 minus negative 5. Finally, we open this bracket. So we have a negative sign here. So this negative becomes positive. So we get 4 plus 5, which is 9. Now let us try and solve it by the second method. So these are the steps which we have followed if we solved it by the first method. Now let us try and simplify it first and then substitute the values of x and y. So we have x square minus y square minus xy minus x square minus 2y square plus xy. We get x square minus y square minus xy. We open this bracket, we get minus x square plus 2y square minus xy. Now this xy and this xy, this is plus xy, this is minus xy. So they get cancelled. So we cancel out these. We get x square minus y square minus negative x square plus 2y square. Again we have a negative sign here. So we open the bracket and change the signs. So y square plus x square minus 2y square. Now again we have y square and minus 2y square as like terms. So we can combine these two terms. We get x square minus y square minus 2y square is minus y square plus x square. Now we open this bracket as well. It becomes x square plus y square minus x square. Again, this x square and negative x square get cancelled. So we just have a y square term with us. Y is equal to 3. So this is 3 square, which is 9. So we get the same answer as we had got before. We had got 9 here. We get 9 here. But which one is simpler? Obviously, this one is much simpler because it saves us a lot of calculation. These two terms get cancelled. Here we had to calculate it twice. We had to calculate this 6, and then again cancel it here. Over here, it's getting cancelled in the beginning only. Again, y square terms combine. Again, x square terms get cancelled. Over here, nothing was getting cancelled. We had to calculate everything and reach the answer. So this method is a much simpler method. That is, if you can simplify the expression first, then you should simplify the expression first and then substitute the values of the variables. However, you'll get the correct answer by following any of the approach. Ajay is collecting money for charity. He already has rupees 500 with him and he collects rupees 50 from each of his friends. So how much money will he have if he collects money from, in the first situation, 25 friends, in the second situation, 30 friends. So how much money will he have? Now let us first try and form an algebraic expression from this word problem. So money collected from n friends. Now from each friend he collects rupees 50. So from n friends he will collect 50 into n, that is 50n. Now he already has 500 with him. So total money with Ajay will be 500 plus money collected from friends. Now this is our algebraic expression and we need to evaluate it if he collects money from 25 friends or if he collects money from 30 friends. So if he collects money from 25 friends, he has 500 plus 15 to 25. In place of n, we substitute 25 because n stands for the number of friends. So he has 500 plus 15 to 25, which is 500 plus 1250, which is 1750. Similarly, if he collects money from 30 friends, we can simply substitute 30 in place of n and then find the values 500 plus 1500, which is 2000. So this is how we evaluate expressions. We substitute the known values in place of variables and then calculate the value of the expression.